Hey guys, JDuck03 here. Back at it again with another video. Today I want to talk about game marketing and how I'm going to use The Last of Us Part 2 as an example, and also many other games. It's been happening so much lately as of 2016. This new way of doing things. I don't know if it's new, but I haven't really noticed it any other time before. The way the games are being just marketed in general is just, it's so terrible the way that they're doing it. I get excuse me. I get you want to build up hype. That is the sole purpose of how these games are doing well. You know, but again, you don't really need to generate hype with AAA titles is what I'm trying to say. Like, for instance, they're not going to show off a Call of Duty game three to 4 years in advance when it comes out every year. What they do is they make a new one every year, each different studio that participates in the thing, in the yearly release, and they market it springtime of the year that's coming out. People build hype because it's Call of Duty. And there's always going to be that person that buys Call of Duty who loves the franchise, right? They build up hype, and then it comes out October, November. 2 to 3 months later. You don't need to show off a game 5 years in advance. There's no need for that at all. I will say this again. The Last of Us Part 2, the reason why there shouldn't have been leaks. There wouldn't have been leaks, I guarantee, if they would have just waited and didn't show off the game in 2015, 2016. 4 years later, really? I mean, and they barely released anything. They showed off the first trailer at E3 2015 or 2016. I'm pretty sure it's 2016. Then they showed off something at Paris Games Week in Paris for the Sony conference in 2017 or 2018, and then 2 years later, the game is supposed to come out, and it keeps on getting delayed. Again, you don't need, especially The Last of Us, you don't need hype for the game. There's going to be hype. You show a reveal trailer, instantly people are going to love it. Just the reaction to the reveal trailer that they had at E3 that year was, I was blown away. I was so excited. But the fact of the matter is, you don't need to show off a game so early to the point where fans you can't show off that much content from the game because you want people to be surprised about it, but you also don't release any trailers, and then the game everyone's just like, oh, I just want this game to come out, and then you proceed to let every single fan down 3 or 4 times. February 26th release date, then it got delayed till May, and now this whole thing, the virus happened. And now we got a July 19th. July 19th? Let me check, hold on. Let's see here. July 29th? Wait, no, that's May. Yep, July 19th reveal. You got a July 19th reveal for a game that was revealed almost 5 years ago now. Almost 5 years of waiting for a game that shouldn't have been showed off. Let's be honest here. In my opinion, if Call of Duty showed off a Call of Duty game, you have release date. You have like a few months before release date. What you do is get all the games made, have it all ready. Okay, no. 5 months before the game comes out, start marketing it. 5 to 8 months before the game comes out. You don't need to wait. You don't need to have 5 years in advance. Like, again, what Bethesda did with Elder Scrolls 6, I believe. Elder Scrolls 6, they showed off a teaser saying this game is going to come. This game is coming. No story content. So, in that regard, they built up hype. Yeah. People already know that it's going to take a while. I mean, they didn't show off a full-fledged cutscene like the game was 95% complete. I mean, that's what Naughty Dog did. They showed off a game so far in advance. They didn't need to do that. Again, Ghost of Tsushima was showed off back then too, I believe. 5 years later, and we're finally getting the game in July. Like, why do that? That's a long time. 5 years is a long time to wait for a game. That's a whole kid's high school career right there. That's in my case. By the time I get to play The Last of Us 2, I will have gone from being a freshman to seeing the game for the first time, now to being a senior and going to be graduating. So now I get to play the game as a high school graduate. So the question in the matter is why is no one talking about this? Why are we allowing these companies to do that? I know we have no control per se, but the fact of the matter is, as a developer, if I was a developer, such as in any game really, I get the point of building up hype. I completely, that is the number one way to market something. But why show off an item that you're going to sell 5 years in advance and then have it constantly be delayed and just keep on disappointing the fans? They only showed off 2 trailers. 3, if you consider the release date a trailer, even though it's all really content we've already seen, just mashed together. So they only released 2 trailers in a span of 4 to 5 years. So that's a lot of time. It's also not a lot of content for marketing a game. 5 years, 2 trailers, plus 1 release date trailer, which, by the way, got canceled 3 times. I mean, I'm just saying, I am disappointed about this whole thing. There's nothing I hate more than a game doing that, you know? I'm trying to think. God of War, I believe, was showed off the same year that Last of Us was, 2018. So 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but I don't remember. I was hyped for that game, but I don't remember the wait being that long. I don't remember. It didn't feel long. They showed off. I don't know. I don't have any facts. What I should do for videos like this is I should have a fact sheet so I can read off next to me and do the video and just talk about facts. I'm sorry. I'm very, very ill prepared, but and again, this whole people are becoming toxic with games now. You have, again, like I said in my previous video, Red Dead 2. The spoilers and the way that people went about spoiling the game, it was just so petty, you know? I remember, I like, the point of buying a game that you wait for 6 years for is to, in fact, have surprise. Is to, in fact, see the ending. Is to experience that. Again, I got very unlucky and got spoiled with just one image that showed all the data, screenshots of the game, and it showed off everything. And it was like, how am I supposed to not look at that? I literally am scrolling through Instagram, looking at posts, and all of a sudden I see this, square. What am I supposed to do? Nothing I can do about that. I mean, once I saw the spoilers, I looked more into it because I already, I'm gonna be honest. I felt like I got robbed of an experience. It definitely is the fact. I don't want to say it's comparable to this, but it's almost as if, well, I could use this as an example. If, say your grandparent, mom, dad, whatever, they want to take you out to dinner, but then they say, hey, I have to cancel on you, right? And then they go and they take your brother or sister out. Like, that's a slap to the face. And then you'll feel hurt and you'll feel, and they spoil them on buying them this or that and buying them food and taking them out for the day when they promised that they would take you out. I think that's comparable, definitely. The way that it would make you feel, seeing, someone else get all the attention. It's a slightly different situation, I know, but like for instance, say you're watching a TV show, you're really into it, you're going episode by episode, and you don't want the ending spoiled. Who wants spoilers for something as big as The Last of Us 2? for instance. Avengers Endgame, like I talked about before, Red Dead 2, games that take 8 or 9 years to develop. We might not get another experience from Rockstar for God knows how long. You know? Like, I will never be, like, walking into Red Dead 2, I started it up and then I got spoiled mid-game. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Like the emotion that you would have felt walking into an experience like that and playing through it, seeing what happen at the end, would have been more touching. You would have been able to bond with the character in a natural way, and then, and then watching what happen, you would have been able to have a more realistic reaction. But when you know what happens in the game, you can't do that. Because you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Because I went through the emotion that I would have went through playing through the game. I mean, everything is out of context, yes. Of course it's out of context. I don't know what happens in between all those big gaps in The Last of Us 2. Before I was talking about Red Dead 2. I'm not going to... Again, this is not... No context in anything. No spoilers, nothing. What I'm saying is, seeing what happens at the end, middle, beginning, anything, and any game that you are hyped for, and seeing spoilers that you did not look up intentionally, we're living in a crisis right now with everything going on, and then you have people, these people who don't care about the characters, don't care about anything, haven't been hyped for the game, have never played the first one, never played anything that has to do with that whole thing, and they just think it's funny. Hey you, and DM you and tweet it and text you and put it on Instagram and post it and comment it in your picture, on your pictures, on your videos. We are living in a very, very toxic time for gaming. And I am going to say this, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. We're living in a time of definite censorship, for sure. We're losing our rights one step at a time every single day, people. And games are going to start reflecting on that. I give it 5 to 10 years. That's it, really. I know, and we won't have any control because we're going to have to accept it, I mean, the things that happen on YouTube, on gaming now, you can't do the same things that you were able to do years and years ago. You can't play the same things. Different countries censor different things. It's not good. And it's going to come to the free countries as well. It's going to have to, because people are getting offended way too easily. And I understand that, you deserve your right. Everyone deserves rights, and everyone deserves to be happy and free. But, in my opinion, and again, I'm not trying to, it's just an opinion. If you get hurt by something that you see, then don't look at it. Don't react to it. I use this for as instance. People used to make fun of me in school. I mean, everyone's been there. Everyone's had that happen to them, right? I forget what they say. It doesn't even matter. It was a long time ago. But the point is, people say that, like, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. Well, funny, you call me that, but I know that I'm not, so that word that you gave to me and said to me shouldn't have anything to do with me. I don't have to own that, It's like you have to walk into an attitude in life where, this is getting into like a huge philosophical thing, but point is, you don't have to get offended by everything that you see that doesn't pertain to what you are, right? It's just, instead of getting hurt by everything, and instead of instead of getting hurt and instead of getting offended, how about you just ignore it? Like, someone makes a game, such as any game, I don't even know, any game. Someone makes a game, and you say, oh, they had too many male characters, or too many female characters. Like, does it really matter? Does it really affect you in the end day? It's a friggin' program on a screen. Like, and yeah, I just said that I I'm basically being hypocrite to myself. But anyway, what I'm saying is the always being offended and always being hurt by every little thing that happens, that's going to cause some serious problems in this country, in the gaming industry especially. I know I watched a video about a year ago, maybe less than a year. It was talking about the Naughty Dog agenda. And it's serious, you know? Like I said, The Last of Us 2's plot looks terrible with what I've seen. And it's not even the fact, it's just the fact of how much they're pushing everything on everybody. Like that in a sense is like, I can't come to your house and push my agenda onto you. I can't come to your house and say that you have to believe in God. I can't do that. That's illegal, isn't it? We have, freedom of speech, but that's been altered as well. That's how it is. But, like I said, times are changing. Mark my words. We are going into a whole new generation of things that are going to be going wrong, and we're going to have to watch every word that we say is going to have to be monitored like it already is, but way worse. It's just going to get worse. So, be ready for it, folks. Be ready for it. For sure. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if you guys can hear a huge industrial fan in the background. That is my PS4. It's not a fighter jet. It's my PS4. I have to figure out how to fix it, because the fan is just on 24/7, so I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you do, please like, comment if you agree, and I will comment back and forth and we can talk about it, whatever. We'll share our thoughts. Don't get offended. Don't be offended. Don't own whatever anyone says to you. Don't take everything to heart, is all I'm trying to say. That's all. Don't let people get to you. That you have to be strong-willed and strong-minded in what you believe in, and that's it. So, yeah, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, and be sure to come back for the next one. Thank you so much. Peace, guys.